From Storm Tracker 6, this is Forecast First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
We'll start with a traffic alert for you this afternoon. Northbound 127, 496 near Forest Road is being diverted off onto Jolly and Dunkel, so that is closed. Avoid that area for the next few minutes or so. So we zoom out just a bit and change gears to weather. It has been a nice afternoon, beautiful out there currently. Still some clouds across eastern sections. Look at the highs today, only in the mid 70s. And that's basically where we are right now. Been a cool day with the clouds socked in earlier today. Forecast wise for tonight, temperatures drop into the low 60s by early tomorrow morning with partly cloudy skies on the way. More temperatures in the upper 80s, maybe low 90s on the way, and the humidity returns. 6 News at 5 starts right now.
WLNS is here for you, celebrating 75 years of bringing you the news with 6 News at 5.
Search and rescue efforts continue in Texas due to dozens of people still missing due to heavy flooding. It's our top story at 5. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jorma Duran. At least 91 people are now confirmed dead in Texas after catastrophic flash flooding, and the search is still ongoing for dozens still missing, including 10 young girls from a summer camp. Nidia Cavazos is in Caryville, Texas, just north of San Antonio with the latest.
This time-lapse video shows how quickly a river in Kingston, Texas rose in just a few minutes on Friday. Search and rescue teams say they're finding bodies up in trees, including at least one of the girls from Camp Mystic.
We found 2 young girls up near the Hunt store, and then about 10 o'clock we found another little girl wrapped up in debris in a tree.
More than 24 campers and counselors from Camp Mystic died in the flooding. It's just one of many children's summer camps along the Guadalupe River, where mountains of debris, including mangled cars, now sit.
From Hunt all the way to Comal County in a straight line distance is over 100 kilometers. This is a massive field that is happening. And again, this is unprecedented flood events.
Flash flood and evacuation alerts from the National Weather Service went out in the middle of the night when most people were asleep.
We had first responders that were getting swept away, actually responding to the first areas of rainfall. That's how quick it happened.
More than 800 high water rescues have happened since the flooding began.
It was scary.
As floodwaters destroyed Scott Walden's house, he and his wife had no other choice but to go outside.
I grabbed my wife and we literally jumped in the water, and it swept us down to about 200 feet down that way. And there's a crepe myrtle tree that we grabbed hold of, and we waited for rescue.
The risk of life-threatening flooding is still high in central Texas, with more rain on the way. Nidia Cavazos, CBS News, Kerrville, Texas.
If you'd like to help the victims of the Texas floods, we have a list of approved charities under the Scene on 6 section of our website, WLNS.com, that include the Red Cross, the Kerr County Flood Relief Fund, and a GoFundMe page. And we will have continuing coverage of the deadly flooding in Texas, so stick with us on air and online at WLNS.com. Now that President Trump has signed the Big Beautiful Bill Act into law, many in mid-Michigan are now wondering how it'll affect them, specifically when it comes to receiving mental health coverage due to looming new regulations on Medicaid. 6 News reporter Zach Preece spoke to advocates and health professionals today to get some answers. He's here for you now live from the studio with the story. Good evening, Zach.
Jorma, supporters of the bill celebrate its focus on public spending and border security, while Democrats bash what they say will be a disastrous slashing of social programs like Medicaid. The Michigan League for Public Policy says about 2.6 million Michiganders currently rely on Medicaid.
We know with the added work requirements, eligibility checks, plus provider taxes, that there will be less dollars available in order to pay for this critical care for Michiganders.
That work requirement will require people aged 19 through 64 to work, volunteer, or go to school for 80 hours a month, with limited exceptions. Monique Stanton, the organization's president, says Medicaid plays a big role in mental health coverage.
Medicaid is the biggest payer for behavioral health services in Michigan, and that includes substance use disorder services, services for individuals with mental health conditions, and services for individuals with developmental disability.
Lansing Congressman Tom Barrett said in a statement to 6 News that the law allows Medicaid to continue serving the most vulnerable Americans it was intended to serve. Some also worry that less people on Medicaid could leave hospitals struggling to make as much money.
For Michigan hospitals, that means in the same 10-year period, we expect a reduction in reimbursement of more than $6 billion.
And Stanton worries that healthcare professionals may leave the field altogether due to an overbearing amount of paperwork associated with eligibility checks and work requirements.
And the number one reason when people conduct exit interviews about why they're leaving the field, specifically the publicly funded field, is because of paperwork. It's going to make it even more difficult to retain highly skilled and critical staff.
And Appel acknowledges that the now law does provide a rural fund, but she doesn't think that it'll be enough to make up for the money lost by rural hospitals. She worries services like labor and delivery could become unavailable at certain hospitals because they are simply too expensive. Back to you.
Zach, thank you very much. State Representative Brenda Carter from the 53rd House District introduced a new bill that, if passed, would bring back cursive writing to Michigan classrooms. The bill would require the State Department of Education to develop a list of model programs for cursive handwriting instruction that supporters say brings something back that's been removed from the curriculum in most districts. Representative Carter says, in part, quote, "Many children today are not being taught how to read or write in cursive, a foundational skill that not only enables them to sign their own name, but also gives them access to important historical documents, including many of our nation's founding texts." Average statewide gas prices are falling now that the holiday weekend is over. AAA says Michigan's price per gallon is down 11 cents when compared to last week. Drivers are now paying, on average, $3.15 per gallon for regular unleaded. Now, those of you in Lansing, you're paying even less with an average of $3.13 per gallon, while those in Jackson are seeing one of the lowest prices in the state at an average of $3.07. Lots of kids are now showing off their animals at the Eaton County Fair. Many of the young presenters are members of 4-H and the FFA and will be showcasing their hard work at their respective shows all week long. That includes the Eaton County's Youth Livestock Association large and small animal auctions. Supporters say all the youth participating in the fair are learning lifelong skills about responsibility, animal care, nutrition, and entrepreneurship. And right now, let's go to a live look at a party that's underway. The Reach Studio Art Center is hosting a neighborhood gathering from 5 to 7 p.m. for children ages 4 to 15 who live in or attend the Lansing School District. The party has ice cream and Lego block printing. Reach is a nonprofit community art center offering creative out-of-school engagement in the arts for all ages and abilities, with classes and workshops taught by local teaching artists. Again, this is going on until 7 p.m. And don't forget to submit pictures of you celebrating 4th of July this past weekend at WLNS.com/share to be featured this Wednesday. One lucky winner will be selected at random to win a $100 Visa gift card.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Cloud cover certainly held our temperatures down today, but as clouds moved out this afternoon, we began to rise a bit, and we've got even warmer weather moving in over the next couple of days. Our satellite and radar show some storms to our northwest. We'll have to keep an eye on those as well, but in the meantime, should see mostly clear skies developing during the late evening hours. It's going to get warm again, not that it ever really cooled off. Today was it, highs in the 70s. Tomorrow we're back in the mid-80s, and then later this week we may be in the upper 80s, getting closer to 90. And yes, the humidity is going to start to increase as well. Much of the United States will see above average temperatures near normal central sections, but overall it still looks quite warm out there. So we look at the muggy meter. Here comes the humidity increasing. Notice it's not too bad for the next day or so. It even gets a little bit lower as we head into Thursday and Friday, but then it really ramps up for the weekend with dew points back in the 70s, meaning it will feel quite humid once again. Precision cast as we move through the overnight hours. Pretty quiet night across mid-Michigan. Any showers and storms remain well to our northwest. As we move through the afternoon hours, those showers get a little bit closer, but not quite here just yet. So generally partly cloudy skies for our Tuesday. Tuesday night to Wednesday morning, maybe a spotty shower or storm, and there is a system in the area. So as we head into Wednesday afternoon, 2, 3 o'clock, we'll probably see some showers and storms start to develop. Just a question of how far southeast before they get going. So some areas certainly will miss out on some of that rainfall. Temperatures currently 74, Lansing 73 in Charlotte, Jackson still 71, Howell only 69 degrees, feeling a little like fall out there. On the Skyview network, we've got some sunshine currently on the McLaren cam. Temperatures back up to 73. We made it up to 75 today, so not too bad. In Grand Ledge, mostly sunny skies, temperature 78 now that the sun is really back out. 78 is our high, and we picked up 3/100 of an inch of rainfall today. Here's the view in Jackson, a little more in the way of cloud cover. Temperature a little bit cooler, 71 the current, 74 was our high. And finally, in Hillsdale, we've got a temperature of 71, today's high 74, and 5/100 of an inch of rainfall today. Here's tonight's forecast. Overnight low 61 degrees with mostly clear skies. Then for tomorrow, temperatures should warm up quickly, 77 by noon, 84 tomorrow afternoon with mostly sunny skies on the way. Clouds will increase tomorrow evening, some showers and storms possible on Wednesday. Thursday and Friday look good. It's really late Friday night, probably the first half of Saturday, chance for showers and storms. Warm though through the weekend, highs in the mid 80s, and it just stays warm next week with highs in the mid to the upper 80s.
Yep. Lots of 80s.
Summer's here and doesn't appear to want to take a vacation.
I know. That's okay. We asked for it.
Will make us appreciate fall that much more.
100%.